Why everything about God is a debate. Enter a room and talk to the people about God, and believe me, they're going to debate you. Or if you had a conversation with you and God, and he gave you specific instructions, that's why you got to be careful when you share it, because when you do, then people can put their opinions on it and debate about something that you had in a private room. Why is everything about God a debate? Our minds are so corrupted and brainwashed that it is so hard for us to believe his goodness. It is so hard. Our mind can't even process that. It is so hard for our mind to even believe that, when it's just simple, y'all. It's really, really simple. It boils down to a yes or a no. Okay, say it with me. Yes or a no. No, sweetheart, I'm not going home with you. No. No. I'm not going to take this phone call. No, I am not going to go out with you this time. No is a complete sentence. It boiled down to a yes or a no. You abide by the laws and the principle of this book. If you don't, you will self-destruct. It's the truth. It's the truth. Laws will always produce order. That's why they are in place. See, I know you don't like using your imagination for this. You like to use your imagination for other things, but just use your imagination for a second. Imagine a place, a city, town or state, whatever. Imagine a place that don't abide by any laws. There's no laws. You do what you want to do. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. You can sleep with whomever you want to sleep with, and with no accountability. And because there's no laws, you got to be real careful, because you may be forced in a situation that you don't have consent of, but there's no laws. You can do what you want to do. You can take from me. I can take from you. There's no laws. You can do what you want to do. I can go in the store. I ain't got to spend my money. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to spend their money. You can do what you want to do because there are no laws. Now, let me ask you this. Be honest. Now, is that a place you want to visit? Is that a place you want to live? Is that a place you want to vacate? Huh? Can we say that laws are important? And some of you, I just heard you say, I wouldn't mind going. I want to do what I want to do. Well, go on with your sick self. Go on over there and do what you want to do. Listen, the earth, the world is already terrible with laws. The earth is terrible with laws. Could you imagine it without? Come on now. We're going to get through this thing together. Laws protect society and us. Think up, you got rules in your house. You don't let nobody just come in your house and do what they want to do. You can't just go on my refrigerator and you the guest. You can't just go in there and put on my clothes. There's laws and there's rules to this, y'all. There are laws to this thing called life. And if you keep intentionally rebelling against God, you will self-destruct. That's point blank and the period. And we're going to add an exclamation point because we can. Okay. Just because we can. Now let's get into it. Greetings, my beautiful, beautiful brothers and sisters. Yes, it is your girl, your big homie, TT. And welcome y'all to TT Talk. I clapping myself. You ain't got to clap me. I clap myself. Okay. First, you already know what we got to do. We have to get a special thanks to the APAP team. I love my team. Thank you for allowing your girl to use this here platform to talk to my peoples. They done let your girl through. Okay? So let's get to the yams. Okay, because we about to get straight to the yams. I'm going to tell y'all a quick story, right? True story. You got to be transparent. I feel like it's like confessions right now, but this is a true story. True story. Last Friday, me and my husband, we went to this marriage retreat at this church, right? And I didn't want to go. I didn't. But my husband said, Tish, this will be a good opportunity because I do plan on, I'm in the midst of trying to plan, another event in February specifically for the marriage couples. Okay. So he said, Tish, go, you may get some ideas. And plus, any window where we can learn and grow, let's just go. So I get cute doing my little thing, I said, oh, let me go. We get there, we pulled up. I'm going to take you through the whole thing, right? So we get there, we pulled up at this church. It was a lot of people than I expected, right? And I was like, oh my God. So I didn't know what to expect, but I didn't expect all of these people. I didn't really know what to expect. He just told me to get dressed, right? So I walk in here, it was a whole vibe. It was a whole vibe, y'all, when I walked in. It was beautiful. The people was friendly, and I felt like I belong, okay? Because I'm like, hey, girl, hugging on everybody. And so my husband's like, let's get in line. We're going to take this picture, right? And so I'm standing in line, and I see this beautiful woman. Oh, and she beautiful. And I see her hugging on the people too. So I'm thinking she like one of the people that's at the door, because they had people all at the door greeting you. You just love as soon as you walk in, right? So she comes up to me and we laugh and we kikiing and I'm cracking jokes with her. And she says, what is your name? And I said, Tish. Y'all know I'm a little crazy. Just a little bit, right? I don't know what be going on in my mind, but that's how it came out, right? So she said, what? I said, Tish, right? And she said, what? I said, Tish, girl. And she said, why you say it like that? I said, well, Tish is just Tish, but you got to add a Tish in it to make it your Tish. You know what I'm saying? In my head, that's what I was saying. I had to funk it up, right? So I asked her, I said, what's your name? And she said, my name is Felicia Campbell. And I started laughing. I was like, oh, girl. You said that name with authority. And so I turned to the lady behind me. I said, girl, she said that name with authority. Like she important, girl. She got to be important the way she said that name. And so the girl was like, actually, she is. She's such and such. I didn't hear what she said. Okay. So I was like, oh, okay. All right, so she's important. I'm like, it's nice to meet you, Miss Felicia Campbell. And we going on about our business. We laughed and we moved on, right? So we get to the sanctuary part. And I see these two guys sitting on the stage and they're talking. And one of the guys said, yes, our first lady, Felicia Campbell. So I thought that was real funny, right? So that Sunday, that was Friday. That Sunday, I had brought the kids and I went to church. And the retreat was awesome. It was an awesome experience, and I was able to take something to implement in my life. Right. So I took the kids to the service on Sunday. So in my mind, on the way there, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll get with them and maybe they could be a panel. You got your own, you see how you got your own ideas, right? So I'm like, maybe I'll talk to her. Maybe she can come and her husband, they have a platform. Maybe they could come and speak at the event. So this is what I'm thinking, y'all. So I'm sitting there in the service, y'all. This is the truth. I'm sitting there in the service, y'all. And God says, Serve. Serve. You are here to serve. First of all, God, I don't know what you're talking about. I said I ain't want to talk about serving them. I said that I wanted them to just come be on the panel. What are you talking about? Serve what? You came to serve this ministry. You're not coming. You're not. You will not be that member to sit and fill up the pews or take up space. You're not going to go and blend in with the choir. You came here to serve. So after church dismissed, I'm standing there and I'm trying to leave y'all on everything. This is the true story. And I got my kids to back it up because they watching me, right? So I'm sitting up there, we getting ready to leave. And I'm like, y'all, let's just wait, right? I'm like, let's just wait. And I sat down and they looking like, what's going on? I said, man, I got to do something. But I'm sitting here, y'all, and I'm really debating. To be like, well, I don't know if this is the devil. Is this the devil in my head in the church? Why is you telling me to come and serve? And I don't know nothing. I never heard of this church. Shout out to it's the Faith Center. I think it's TFC, the Faith Center in Tucker, Georgia. Y'all, they doing big things. Shout out to them. Keep doing what you do, boo. But it was so funny though. Hold on, let me go back. When I first saw her, my husband was like, well, when we was in line, before I knew she was the first lady, on that Friday, Rashad said, who is she? I said, well, I think she an author or something. I don't know why. Look, sister, if you ain't an author, I'm going to need you to get a book because I could see you standing there just like this, Miss Felicia Campbell. Okay. But anywho, I sat there and y'all, I wrote my number down and I wrote my name. And I wrote, your help. And it still took me a few seconds to even do it. So I folded it up and I'm like, okay. So I'm waiting, right? And she's so awesome. She's like greeting the people and she's busy. She's in her element. I know the look. You know what I'm saying? I have events. I know how that is. She's in the element. I didn't want to bother her. I didn't want to stop her from what she was doing. And he said, go give her your number. So I'm walking up there. It's a big church. And I said, man, if she walk out, I ain't running. If she walk off, I'm not running behind her. Like, I'm just going to have to miss that blessing. I don't know. I'm not finna run behind nobody, God. Like, I mean, unless he really tell me to do it and I got to be obedient. But I'm like, come on, God, this is already hard enough. So I walked up to her and she remembered me. And she was like, Tish. I'm like, hey, girl. Oh, my God. So I hugged her. She's so awesome. And I grabbed her hand and I gave her my number. And she was just like, girl, you are crazy. You are crazy. And I'm like, no. Whenever you can, just utilize that number. Just call me. Just call me. And I told her, I said, I see you, girl. I see you. I see you. And I walked off. And the kids were looking at me. And my mama, she's sitting up there looking at me. They're like, what you do? What you do? I said, I did my part. I said, the rest is up to him. I don't know why. I don't know why that church, I don't like crowds, y'all. I don't like crowds. Where there are people, there are problems. I am wise enough to know that. So to be amongst the crowd is not appealing to me. And that is just the absolute truth. And y'all, this is the truth. This is the truth. The more I feel like this holy glow, I'm going to call it the holy glow, the more it's on me, it's starting to attract people, right? And the more people it attracts to me, it makes me feel weird because people are just so unpredictable. I know the nature of people. They the same people that was in the Bibles and they just ain't right. They just ain't right. And they so unpredictable. So I don't know what God is doing. And to be honest, either way, I'm going to feel a certain way. I'm like, either you call me or you don't. Like, it may be a year from now. It may be next week. It may be 10 years from now. I don't know. I don't even know the purpose of that. I am at a point in my life, y'all, where I am doing more than just trusting God. I have to obey him. And that's what I told the kids. I said the obedience was him telling me to write the number down, give it to her, and let him do the rest. I don't even know where I'm at in life right now. Are you like that? Like, it's like, what's going on? What is this air? Where are you right now in your life? What's your situation? I am at a point. You know how sometimes in life, you just gotta be bold. I gotta be bold. Anybody got time for lies? We don't got time for lies, y'all. Because listen, we are under attack. It's a satanic attack on our minds and our children's minds. And you have to be blind with no eyes to not see it. We are losing our grip on reality. Only a few of you will understand what I'm saying. See, you got to be in a certain way. You got to be in a certain situation in life to understand what I'm saying. There's a spirit of worry, anxiety, fear. Oh, I talk to a lot of y'all. Y'all really scared about this election. You stressing people out about this election, honey. There's a division in the family with this election. Like it's going to change your personal situation. We are losing our grip. We can't even think clearly these days because our mind is so clouded and things are just happening. It's just happening. And you know what we're doing? You are doing the same thing, but praying for different results. That one was for you. You're doing the same thing. You living, none of your habits have changed. And you praying for a different result because something is missing. Something is missing. What are we going to do with this mindset? How are you going to feed yourself daily? What are you doing with your time? See, what you do with your time may be different from mine. I'm consumed. And I'm not saying you got to be consumed by it, but because I am under this attack, I have to consume myself with it. I have to discipline my mind and my thoughts because easily I don't know the decisions that I'm making because it's an emotional decision. So it has to come from him. And I hear people all the time talk about something. I talk to God all the time. I talk to God. Okay. That's nice. Is he talking to you or is that you talking to yourself? He speaks through this word in this book. He will talk to you. He's been talking to me this week so loud. It's reinsurance every day. There is someone in that Bible just like you, boo-boo, just like you. There is nothing new under the sun. What you doing, what you done did is nothing new up under the sun. If you read the Bible, all it is them messing up and God standing on his word. Them messing up and God standing on his word. He will continue to give you the reinsurance in your daily walk when you get into it. And y'all listen, when I first, I'm not no super, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting my feet wet. I know what I'm doing daily to prepare me. When I was first reading the Bible, y'all, I was just going through the motions, right? I was just reading it. I didn't know how, I really wasn't grasping the understanding of the Bible. And I told you, anything that you understand, that you don't understand, it is not yours. You got to get an understanding. So this week, I read the Bible every day, and I've been reading, and I was reading, and it was just reassurance all through the Bible. It's like this. You obey God, and you will experience his blessings and his kingdom living. But see, this is the thing. Listen. This is the thing. Like, this is the good part. God has his laws. You obey his laws. And if you mess up on the laws, guess what? He is so forgiving. He is a forgiving God. He will forgive you. He will. But there are consequences. And he will continue to bless you too. But there are consequences. Y'all remember our good old friend David? Excuse me. Y'all remember our good old friend David? He was sitting up there looking at that woman. Y'all remember King David? Now come, we got to put some respect on his name. King David. Okay. Y'all remember King David? He was sitting up there looking at that woman. Lusting. Slept with her. Set her husband up. And he was praying to God. He was praying, y'all. He was praying, fasting and everything. And God said, you know what? I forgive you. I forgive you. But I'm going to take your son. And see, you know what people do? See, God is a God of love, but he got a wrath about him too. See, we want to talk about the goodness all the time, but you don't play with God. I'm not protesting him because I don't read what he would do. Okay. I don't know. I know the capabilities and what he would do. We don't play with God. And even though God still blessed David afterwards, he did have to lose his son. It doesn't matter. It was law. It's the law, y'all. It's the law. You got to keep the laws. If you, just like here on this earth, if you break the laws, then there's what? Come on now. I heard somebody say it. Consequences. If you break the laws of this land, there are consequences. If you break the law of this Bible, there are consequences. There's no way around it. And I swear, man, I'll be reading. I'm like, God, you so good. You so good. Because I swear, if he can curse, he'd probably curse. He'd been cursed us out all through that Bible. They ain't want to write that down, but he probably would have, because we just kept messing up. He had to send his son, y'all. He was like, let me get my son to come here and say these folks, because they just not going to do right. We're not going to do right. So you got to work at this thing every single day. Get a task for God. Do some work and carry it out. What are you doing in his name? What are you up against? Every day there is a constant push and a constant fight that you have to do, y'all. Stop tarrying in your own mind, worrying in your own mind, and calling it prayer. Your prayer is your petition. What are you going to do for the kingdom? What do you need that is going to align up with the kingdom? There is something in you that needs to become. There is something that was born. All right now, Mike, I got a little too close. There is something in you that needs to become. You were born with it. Some of us can sing real good, but you don't come out the womb hitting a note. You don't come out, you don't come out like that. You got to work on that thing. Maybe get you some little training. Work on your notes. Work on your ear. You don't come out the womb and no newborn playing basketball. You may have that talent, that seed in you. You don't come out with cooking if you're supposed to be a chef. Y'all, it's a process to this thing. What is in you? If you forsake your old ways, you have to relearn new ones. That's why he said repent. Change your old ways of thinking. If you forsake it, you have to learn new ways on how you're going to navigate. Because what did he say? Because I'm going to say it to you every week. If you click on it, just know I'm going to say this. Seek ye the kingdom first and his righteousness, and all of these things will be added to you. You got to do your part in the seek, man. It said it will be added to you. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to steal it. You don't have to beg for it. It will be added to you. You got to do your part. Jesus never said that he was the answer. He said that he was the way. He is the way. Am I making sense? What did he say? What did he say? He came to restore what Adam lost, and that was dominion on this earth, y'all. Read the Bible with the kingdom mindset. We are part of a kingdom, ladies and gentlemen. The kingdom mindset starts here in your mind. Hope is empty if you don't have faith. We got to come against this, what's happening to us. Because if I know I'm feeling it, and then everybody around me, because I don't know nobody. And you know what? I don't know a lot of people, but I know I come across a lot of people. I'm in plenty of gyms talking to people. I have a nice sized family, and I when I'm out and about, I talk to a lot of people, and I have not met not one. Some of them start off like, girl, everything is great, and then we start pulling back them layers and we get the truth. You got to do your part. There's a requirement. It's not falling from the sky. Let me tell you, it's not falling. I thought it fell from the sky. It don't. It's pray and it's action. Okay? We have to abide by the principles and the laws of the manual, which is the Bible. God can only respond with what was initiated. You got to seek. You got to pursue. You have to explore. You have to ask questions. You have to do this daily. What you doing with your time? It's time out to be playing. We've been playing for a long time. And you feeling it. You're feeling it now. Your system, your way of thinking. Listen, I'm here with you. Everything is out my hand. The situation is the worst situation. So it got to be him. I'm going to throw my weight on him. He got to do it. He got to do it. I'm not out here trying to get over on nobody. I ain't trying to sleep with your man. I don't want your man. I ain't trying to steal from you. I'm out here really, when I'm moving, trying to inspire you, drop you a dime and keep it moving. Either you going to take it or you not. Keep doing what you do. And how is that working out for you, boo? There's a time where you got to dig and fight back because you trying to read all these little books. You trying to do all these, I'm telling you, it's crazy how people really move and navigate. I'm like, no, this is spiritual. The book is nice. You could read the book additional too, but get it from the source. Y'all, this Bible is something serious. Get into it every day, okay? The laws are here to protect us so we won't self destruct. That's all. It's a lifestyle, and you got to practice at it every day. You may fail. You may not have a good day. Every day ain't no good day. This morning was not a good morning. You know what I'm saying? We tired. Okay, we had a long night last night. People in the hospital, y'all keep my sister in prayer. Tree fell on her. Got one kid in the hospital, had a mental breakdown. These kids slicing their wrists. Y'all better get into it. You better get into it before we lose a whole nother generation. And you going to sit back and let it happen. Keep reading your books and not the book that's going to guide you through this life. Keep doing it, okay? But at the end of the day, God loves you. Oh, my God, he loves him some you. Whether you believe it or not, whether you aware of it or not, God loves him some yous. It's your girl, your big homie, y'all. Thank you for allowing me to pour this sweet tea of love, inspiration, and motivation. Y'all tune in next week and see what God gonna do, because you know I have absolutely no idea. But this I do know. The devil wants to discourage us from pursuing. He don't care what you're pursuing. He's going to do everything to distract you from that pursuit. Try to do anything positive. Everything's going to come up against that. You got to fight for it. If it's your children that you got to deal with, you got to fight for it. You got to make the sacrifice for it. It's the comfortable, uncomfortable life. And I'm in the comfortable, uncomfortable situation, lifestyle right now. It's comfortable but uncomfortable. It's comfortable because I believe that this is not it. This is not the end of the story, y'all. This is a part. Okay, say it with me. This is a part of the story. This is not the end, baby. This is not the end of the story. Okay. When the devil attacks, that means that the blessing is close. Okay? He telling on himself. He is telling on himself at the end of the day, y'all. Now, this is law. Whether you are sick, whether somebody died, whether you going through a divorce, whatever situation, you sleeping under a brick, whatever situation life is handing you right now, that sun gonna come up and it's gonna go down every single day. It's not waiting on you. So time is getting by. What are you gonna do with your time? God bless you guys. And I hope and I pray that I see y'all on next week. Share it with your cousins, sisters, brothers, somebody that's going through. If they going through, share with them. Just one person. Just, hey, I want to share this with you real quick. I want to just drop something on your spirit. You know, there are laws to this thing. We got to get ourselves together. You and I both. We are in this thing together. Now, y'all go out and live a blessed life. Mwah. Bye.